Big 2 Local Weather Authority forecast. We warn you first with Chief Meteorologist Chase Menendez.
Well, good evening, everybody. It was a very, very cloudy day. We've still got a lot of cloud cover out there right now, but it seems as though the Citibank Sky Tracker in Midland has quieted down a little bit. Those wind speeds will be picking up by the time we get to tomorrow. We'll start to see our temperatures cooling down, however. We hit 77 degrees today for our afternoon high. 63 is the normal for this time of year, so we came in pretty well above average, but again, that is about to change. A pretty good warm-up for today. 9 degrees over this time yesterday for Odessa, Midland, 8 for Alpine. Generally, the entire Lone Star State feeling a little bit warm. As we continue through the evening, we'll see our temperatures dip down into the 50s here pretty shortly. Those wind speeds, however, not dipping down too much. 15, 20 miles per hour on average. Right now, we're at 18 for Odessa, Midland, 15 for Wink, and 28 for Fort Stockton. We've got those gap winds in place at the higher elevations all through the Van Horn Mountains, as well as pretty much the entire mountain range here in West Texas. And as we get to tomorrow morning, we'll see those gap winds hanging on while Odessa, Midland still staying in the upper teens by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. From there, though, those winds continue to increase up to about the 30s. 33 for Midland, Odessa, 30 for Wink, 30 even for Big Spring as well. And that wind direction is changing up on us too, coming in out of the west. Thankfully, those high wind speeds are not going to be lasting forever. By the time we get to about 4 or 5 p.m., we'll start to see those winds backing off mostly into the single digits. Odessa, Midland hanging on at 11 miles per hour. Now, they'll pick up again a little bit on Wednesday, but nothing like what we've got planned for our Tuesday. And as such, we've already got a high wind advisory issued by the National Weather Service outlining the sandy tan color for a lot of the basin, some of the southern Trans-Pecos, as well as most of West Texas south of I-10. Wind speeds gusting up to about 35, 45 miles per hour tomorrow, so be careful driving around if you have to. We've also got a high wind warning, a little bit more serious than that high wind advisory, also lasting until 8 p.m. Central Time tomorrow evening for most of the higher elevations, as well as the northern Trans-Pecos and southeast New Mexico. So again, do be careful. Wind speeds will be gusting up to about 60, possibly even 70 miles per hour in those locations. And that wind direction is still coming in out of the west, so it's pulling in a lot of moisture, and that's good enough to kick off some showers. Most of the showers across the basin have already died down. We did see a little bit of rain earlier for Crane, parts of Big Lake looking a little bit rainy too, but now south of I-10, that's where most of that rain is still hanging on. Tracking off to the east through parts of Terrell County, we've got a little bit just south of Fort Stockton as well, and we could see some more light showers hanging around for tomorrow morning. But by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon, all those showers are going to clear up. Our skies actually begin to clear up a little bit as well. 67 degrees will be our high temperature by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon, even with a little bit more sunshine and with those very strong winds. 25, 30 miles per hour sustained, but gusting even higher than that. Again, be careful if you have to drive around tomorrow, especially if you've got a high-profile truck or trailer or what have you, because that can get jostled around a little bit more than a smaller vehicle like a car. So again, just be careful. Now, those winds are the first change coming our way, but as we head into the middle of the week, this cold front that we've got here off to our north and west, that is going to be our next change. That's going to dip on into West Texas by the time we get to about Tuesday afternoon. So by Wednesday morning, we will be very, very cold, possibly cold enough to give us a little wintry mix in southeast New Mexico and across the northern basin. Odessa, Midland, I think we'll just see regular old rain by the middle of the week, but temperatures will be very cold, so it's not impossible for us to see a little wintry mix here in Odessa, Midland as well. 67 will be our high temperature tomorrow afternoon. 50 by the time we get to Wednesday afternoon, with a low of 31 in between. That is below freezing, but just barely. So be careful on your morning commute on Wednesday. As we head into Thursday, we've got a good chance for some showers, possibly a little bit of wintry mix Thursday morning, and a small chance for some of that to hang on by Friday morning. It's going to be a cold Thanksgiving, and we could even see some watches, warnings, weather alerts, things like that. So make sure to check our app. The YourBasin.com weather app is available on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. It's got hourly forecasts, local radar, so you can track where that rain is and where it's headed, and also watches, warnings, all the details. Check it out on whatever platform you got.
So it looks like Wednesday to Friday could be pretty wet.
Yeah, a little rainy. It looks like it's going to keep on for most of us in some locations for a pretty good amount of time. So do be careful driving around.
And of course the wintry mix Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
All eyes on that.
Yep.